Hey guys, Reuben here from autometal.com. Now we all know about the loudness war, where every music producer wants to make the music as loud as possible because louder always sounds better. So this video is about really showing you how to analyze your music tracks and looking at its average loudness and also how to boost it up by a bit. Now I must stress again that being loudest is not always the best for your music to stand out because you want to have naturalness and also dynamics to your music piece. Anyway, this music about getting your music loud, so let's get to it. So here I have 3 tracks here, 2 commercial tracks and a third track here which is the unmixed and unmastered track, which we will analyze later on. So I've used Ozone 5 to analyze my tracks here, each of these 3. And if you don't have like Ozone 5, you can always use things like Ozone Span, which is a metering plugin, a free one, to actually check on the average loudness of a track. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Anyway, I'm going to use Ozone 5. I believe now it's Ozone 6, but Ozone 5 is fine for me and it should work. So no worries about upgrading to the latest software every time it releases again. Alright, so when I play the song, I want you to notice the RMS instead of the peaks. Now the problem here is a lot of music producers actually look at the peaks, but they don't look at the root mean square of their music piece. Now the root mean square tells you how loud averagely is your piece, right? So you can look at the RMS to actually determine how loud this piece is. Okay, and if I open the meter bridge, you can see that we have the loudness units here. The LU stands for loudness units, and we can see how loud it is in RMS. Okay, so I'm going to just point at somewhere of the loudest point of that piece here, the commercial piece of film score, and we're going to play it, and we're going to look at the loudness units here, plus the RMS, which is the second bar hovering down around here. Okay. Alright, so it's about -9, you can see it's about -9 there. So that's the loudest, that's like the average loudness of this piece, alright? So we're going to go to the next piece here, which is an EDM piece. And we're going to do the same, and we're going to analyze and see how loud this piece is. So again, the same thing, we're going to look at the RMS here, root mean square, and we're going to look at the short-term loudness units here. Alright, let's go. So somewhere about -5, and you can see that it's much louder. By judging the waveforms, you can see that this is surely going to be much louder than this one here because it's an EDM piece, and EDM pieces are usually so compressed. So that's how we actually look at the average loudness of a piece. Now let's look at our unmixed and unmastered track here, which I cooked up just a while ago using Ozone 5 again. Now again, if you don't have Ozone 5, you can always use something free like Ozone Span. I've already placed a link down in the description below, so you can actually download it and use it as a VST or AU inside your DAW. Alright? So again, I'm going to point to the loudest part of the piece, and we're going to analyze the loudness units and also the RMS. Alright, so our unmixed and unmastered track is about -13, -12, very far away from our commercial tracks, which spans about -7, -8. So we have to push up. Our mission here when we are mixing and mastering our piece for loudness is to push this up to about -7, right? So you're gonna have your loudness here, your average loudness of this piece to go up till about -7, -8, and that will make your music piece loud enough. So I'm not going to show you how to do this in a whole because there's so many processes to doing that from mixing to mastering. But I want to show you and talk a bit about maximizing. Alright, so maximizing is a function in Ozone 5 or in Ozone 4 or Ozone 6, whichever you get it. And it's pretty much useful. It basically works as a compressor. So basically we have margins and threshold. Now margins is something like a ceiling in compressors and limiters, where nothing gets past above 0.1. So when I'm actually maximizing, I like to put it about -0.1 just to be sure. Alright, and the thresholds is something like a compressor whereby when I push it down, I'm actually compressing the music piece more and more and more. Okay, so this should be done on a music piece which is already mixed. Alright, so this is not mixed at all. So anyway, I'm going to show you just a very rough guideline of what to do. So do not follow what I'm doing here. Make sure to mix your music before you can actually do this, okay? But anyway, as I'm going to push down this threshold, I want you to notice the RMS meters here and see how it actually gets louder and louder as I push down the thresholds, okay? Let's go. So the more I push it down, you can hear the pumping effect, the compressing effect of the maximizing. So again, it's like a compressor, but as I push it down, you can see that our average loudness actually goes up to about -6, -5, somewhere near to the EDM piece there, right? So basically, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, I know it's clipping, it starts to distort and all that, but basically, again, this is an unmixed track here. You want to mix it again before coming to mastering. Now, if you do not have maximizers on your system, or if you do not have like a mastering plugin on your system, what you can do is you can always use a compressor to do that. Alright, I'm going to bring up a simple compressor, and again, I'm going to open up the Ozone 5 to show you the RMS meterings here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the compressors. Where's my compressor? There you go, it's here. I'm going to push down the compressors. I'm going to notice the loudness, average loudness going higher and higher in this piece, okay? So I'm going to play somewhere loud again, loudest point of the piece, and we're going to push it down again and try to get it up to about -7, -8, alright? Alright, so that's a very rough way of compressing and just playing around, showing you how I actually push up the RMS meters up to a loudness level here. So again, when you're mixing and mastering, your mission again is to push up the root mean square of your meters and not just the peak. Now, amateur producers always only look at the peak and wonder why their music is not loud enough. So you have to look at the RMS. Okay, so I hope this helps. If you have problems or questions, you can always comment in the comment section below, or come over to my blog, othemethod.com, and leave me a line right there. So good luck in mastering and making your music loud. See you then.